If you know Buncharted, you know how much we love food, and we've done a whole series of videos on popular Dutch food, but today is gonna be a little different. The Dutch are known to be cost conscious, but they do take certain dishes quite seriously. So in that spirit, we'll be trying 4 different Dutch dishes ranging from cheap to expensive to figure out if spending more is actually worth it.
Let's start with the delicious accompaniment to a few beers, or in my case, 0 alcohol beers. Bitterballen.
Vrij.
Alcohol vrij. 0.0. Before we dive into it, today we're going to be trying at least one cheap and one expensive item from popular Dutch foods, and we're going to let you know if the price is actually worth it or not. We're beginning our tasting with the cheapest option, which is Mora, which is the grocery store brand of Bitterballen. It's delightfully brown. We reheated this in the oven.
Yeah, you can air fry them, which I believe is the preferred method.
Probably would be better.
Yeah, or you can put it in the oven.
It's a little plain.
Yeah.
It's not even very salty, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's not as, it doesn't have that like super hard Bitterballen crust. It's a little flimsy.
It probably would have a harder crust if it was in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, I think so.
It just doesn't have much of a Bitterballen flavor.
You don't think so?
No, it just don't got that flavor.
Next up, we've gotten some Bitterballen from Bramladage, which is a popular snack food chain here in the Netherlands, and this is our mid-priced option. I wanted the 5G mustard.
It says mustard 4G on it.
Probably means 4
They probably
grams,
can't read
right?
it. It probably does mean 4 grams, yes. Will you give me a little squirt?
Yeah.
Do you like to squirt?
No, I prefer if it comes in a cup. Cheers.
It's got a way better flavor, and I'm not just saying that because there's mustard on it.
Yeah, I can't tell if I'm partial to it just because it has the mustard.
Try without
on
it. It's got like way more of a beef flavor, and it's way more herbaceous. There's like way more going on. There's more flavor complexity. Well, I have to eat one more of these.
Wait, those are the Mora ones with the mustard?
Oh shit.
What?
No, I don't want to eat that crap.
Yeah, I know. There's a spider.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And finally, we've come to the fancy Hotel New York for our expensive option. It's a very firm bitterball. Nice crunchy outside. Let's take a bite. We got some beef pieces in there. Little specks of green. It's more creamy than meaty. Big on taste though.
So I'm kind of a broken record here, but the Mora one was pretty bland and uninteresting to me. I think the Bramladage was the star for me.
Yeah, that was definitely the winner with and without mustard.
Yeah. Okay, so we spent €3.89 for the Mora brand at Albert Heijn. So that's about 32 cents per Bitterballen. For Bramladage, it was $3.30 for 4, so 83 cents per Bitterballen. And at the New York Hotel, it was €6 for 5, so it was €1.20 for each Bitterballen.
That's a pricey ball.
It sure is. For dessert, we're going to be trying 3 different kinds of Appeltaart. There's not whipped cream with this. We did heat them up, but the reason there's not whipped cream is because we couldn't get whipped cream from all 3 of the different places and bring it back with us. So we wanted to keep this.
Thing.
It's a fairness thing.
Oh, I don't really need a fork for this one.
Oh.
Look how cute this is.
This is the Albert Heijn brand Appeltaart.
They also sell them in a larger size, but they had the mini today.
You look surprised.
It's so good.
It's fine. It's so fine. I'm underwhelmed.
I feel like you're all over your wild card today.
I am?
Yeah. I think this is really good. It's mushy, which I enjoy. The crust on the edge is still really flaky, and it's got a nice apple flavor, and it's a little like sugary, cinnamony.
I could not disagree more. I don't think it has much of an apple flavor at all. It has absolutely no bite from the apples. It's kind of cinnamony. It's just a big mushy blob of meh. Up next though, we've got the Hema Appeltaart.
Props to Hema because they have the lattice work on top, which I always find to be pretty charming.
Also, funny story, we actually recorded this video once before and it had no audio. But we accidentally bought the vegan Hema Appeltaart the last time, so it was actually a flawed experiment anyway. Okay, now we're talking. The apple has a distinct texture. There's cinnamon. There's apple flavor. Like there's a little bit of tartness from the apple. This is an Appeltaart.
Overall, I agree. I think like the apple chunks are bigger.
Are you gonna say, is there a bud?
Yeah, so you've got the like crunch from the apple and a good apple taste. I still prefer the flavor and the texture of the Albert Heijn
Why?
apple tart over this one. This one's just mushy and it feels like it's not bringing a lot to the table.
What? All right, last but not least, the expensive option, Dudoc.
Ooh.
This is a good looking apple tart.
It's always beautiful when you get it.
And eat
all
it.
of their pies
And always
are.
beautiful when you eat it.
Now this is a thick boy. It also has raisins in it, which is different.
Am I going to be pro raisin? Is that going to bring something to the table? Ready?
Yeah. It's too crumbly.
I like the flavor with the raisin. I think it pairs well with the apple and kind of makes it a little bit more
interesting.
It flattens out the flavor of the apple a little bit, like lessens
Yeah.
the tartness.
Yeah, there's like no apple like tart like burst of flavor, or
But it's
like
still cohesive.
because the flavor of the filling is a little more muted. The cinnamon on top is a little more overwhelming.
I'm thinking the Hamel one. I thought the Hamel one was awesome. It's got great apple flavor. It's got a good cinnamon flavor. It's got texture. I don't know. The Hamel apple tart just kind of hit for me.
I think the Hema apple tart comes out on top, but for me, the Albert Heijn one is a very close second.
Okay, so we spent €1.50 on the Albert Heijn apple tart, the mini apple tart. So that's about 75 cents per piece. The Hema apple tart was €11.50, so which is about €1.44 per piece. And the Dudoc apple tart, the expensive option, was $13.99 and €2.33 per piece. Okay, I'm excited about the next one.
Carpaccio. So what exactly is Carpaccio?
It's raw beef, and I love it. It's really popular here in the Netherlands. I remember there was a Karen Nate video that we watched like, I don't know, forever ago. It was one of their like original videos, and they did like a food tour in the Netherlands, and they went to a broodjes shop,
Yep.
and they asked like, what's the most popular
like local thing.
sandwich? And they said beef carpaccio. It's raw beef, and I said I will never eat that.
The most eaten sandwich is the Carpaccio bowl.
Now, one thing I haven't had before is the Albert Heijn beef carpaccio, and it comes in a little kit.
You can just buy Carpaccio and the thinly sliced beef at Albert Heijn, but this one came with 2 portions of beef. It came with this like olive oil type dressing, pine nuts, and Parmesan slices.
This is really convenient if you want to eat beef carpaccio on a train.
Yeah, and there are 2 of you.
I think it's pretty good.
The texture of it's really good too. I expected the texture to be like gummy or something because it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it.
And we're back at Hotel New York for the expensive Carpaccio. This one looks like it obviously has the beef. It has the truffle mayo. It has like some sort of crumble on it and some cheese and a little bit of salad. So I actually think this is garlic mayo, and the garlic flavor is very overwhelming. I can't really taste the Carpaccio. I'm not getting any flavor from it, but it is adding like a nice, like soft texture to like the crunch of the salad and the crunch of whatever these little bits are on it.
I think the Albert Heijn one's the winner. The New York Hotel one tasted really good, but
Like it was fine.
I mean, for the price especially, like if you put this on a plate and you made it look like the New York Hotel presentation, I probably would be just as happy, if not slightly happier, with the Albert Heijn one.
This has less on it and tastes better.
Yeah, I agree. Their carpaccio is a little bland.
Good job, Albert Heijn.
Yeah, good job, Albert Heijn. Okay, so let's break down the cost. The Albert Heijn carpaccio kit that we bought was €3.19, and it's for 2 servings. At New York Hotel, our carpaccio plate was also for 2 servings, and it was €13.50.
We're going to make a little Pannekoeken. And by make, I mean we're going to buy it from our grocery store as
You
the
reheated
inexpensive
it.
option.
You reheated it.
I reheated it and I added butter and I added powdered sugar.
I mean, what else do you need to do to make it?
Basically, I
You
cooked
made
it
it.
from scratch.
Yeah.
So this is the Albert Heijn Pannekoeken from the refrigerated section.
It's got holes in it.
Yeah, I don't
that
know why.
Probably for better reheating.
Who was this for?
Kids?
Right?
It's really gummy.
It also has like a weird sour flavor to it. Not like it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, just like it's gummy, sour rubber. I put a lot of sugar on it too, and I don't taste any of it. And for a more expensive option, we've gone with Pim's, which is a Pannekoeken restaurant here
An
in
adorable
Dordrecht.
Pannekoeken restaurant.
I know,
here in
and they're
Dordrecht.
always so nice.
They are very nice.
Evidently, they wrap it like this when you get it to go.
I don't think you're supposed to eat it like that.
What?
Oh, you're gonna eat it like that, huh?
Look how cute it is.
It is very cute. Ready?
Cheers.
Mmm. Mmm.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Mmm.
Mmm. Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's soft.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can still taste the browning on it. It like gives it like a caramelly sort of flavor. And then the way that the powdered sugar mixes with the butter, it almost tastes like sweet milk.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, every bit of this goes so well together. Okay, so for price, it's a little unfair to compare them because the Albert Heijn one is about half the size, but you do get 8 pieces in a pack at Albert Heijn, and it's €1.99, whereas the medium Pannekoek that I got from Pim's was €6.50. But it was worth it.
Yeah.
It tasted really good. These aren't even like a fair comparison.
Yeah, it's a clear winner.
Taste-wise, yeah, there's a clear winner. All right, Michelle, did anything surprise you today?
Yeah, the Carpaccio.
Yeah, the Carpaccio was really good. Also, the Bitterballen. We're definitely going to go back and get more Bitterballen from Bramladage. But do you think price actually matters?
I think price matters to like mid-range, but once you get into that expensive tier, generally find that it's just not very good. And I think that was evidenced by a lot of the stuff that we had today.
Some of it's just expensive for the ambiance of the place that you're going to.
Yeah, like you're at the New York hotel, you're eating along the water,
Yeah.
like you probably have like family or you're celebrating something.
You're not
So-
necessarily paying for quality, you're paying for experience.
Yep.
So what's an inexpensive food that you like that's typically expensive? Let us know in the comments.
And as always, thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Doei.
Dewey.